Hey, this is Todd. This here's my buddy Mike Terry. We're standing in front of a 1927 Cleveland 4. It's a very rare motorcycle. I found this in Long Island back about 94, I believe it was. And flew in to see Mike and said, man, I'm going to get it. So what? You're kidding me. You found one? I says, yeah, I found one. I go over and check it out. Come back, Mike, I need some money. I didn't have enough.
Well, you promised me if you're going to sell it, you're going to sell it to me.
Yeah.
Let me have it.
Yeah, well, promises came true.
Yeah.
Promises come true. So anyhow, Mike got it with the promise he's got to finish it, do it up, ride it, and we keep it here for when I'm out. So I'm out, and we fired it up, took it over to the Holy AMCA meet in Pennsylvania here, and we're back. So it's a little dusty. Rode it around a little bit, had some fun. So tell us what you did to the bike, Mike.
Well, this thing needed total restoration, but it was solid, you know. But it sat in some shed or something, right, Todd, for a long time?
Yeah, it was in this guy's shed for probably 20, 30 years. He lost some pieces, and he got it. It had little tiny rust pits end to end, top of fenders, under the fenders, I mean, frame. Everything had little tiny pits, and he had lost some really hard to find pieces. And I got really lucky and was able to actually find the original pieces. There's nothing reproduction on this bike anywhere, end to end.
Well, first of all, I had to trade a flying Merkel to make this happen.
I told him that was a mistake, but he didn't listen as usual.
It was an original 1913 twin belt drive, but I was collecting fours, so this was right up my alley.
Yeah.
And I'm still glad I got it.
He wanted it real
both
bad.
Glad we got it.
I'm really glad he got it. This is the only 27 model that, as far as anybody knows, that is complete. This is the only one. So any other others actually get running, they're gonna have to make parts. These are all real parts. There's nothing reproduction on this bike anywhere. So what exactly did you do to this machine in the restoration, Mike?
Well, when I got it, Todd, you remember it was in a big pile. It was mostly together, but there was pieces hanging off it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I didn't do was I sent the motor out to a professional to get rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a good job. Everything took a year to get the engine back. But after that, I started working on it. I decided that I would get new rims, which I did, and had the spokes done, stainless steel from Buchanan's. And then I got an original paint tank from Harry Buck, who was a big-time collector in Pennsylvania. He had the tank, had the paint scheme on it. So I took it over to my jobber, and he took some pictures of the paint, we matched it up, we got as close as we can. Most people think it's right on. And actually I restored it in a little tiny shed that I had in the front of the house, I had no place to paint or nothing, so I just would paint a fender, do the tank, do the back fender, all individually. So, and then on top of that, I had a wire harness made up. I had part of an original one that you had there. Just went through it, everything. Everything was redone. Mm-hmm. New tires.
On these old bikes, these are clincher rims. There's no bead on the rim. They tend to fall off. So putting new rims on and new spokes is a safety issue. And you gotta have good tires, old original tires for these rims that you can actually mount and ride. Pretty much impossible because they've gotten hard, dry rotted. And we want to actually ride this motorcycle even if we don't ride it very much. This is not a bike that you just look at. We can actually fire this bike and ride it.
We were riding this thing over in Ole.
Yeah, we were.
Right through the dirt,
yeah, right through the dirt, through the fields, through the gravel.
You got to use
all around the field. They're meant to be ridden. We do these bikes to ride them. This is an extremely good running bike. It's amazing how well it runs. It's a little light thing. Traffic laws were such that the average speed limit in the city was about 15 miles an hour at the time. And it is a 3-speed. It's just a 445. So a little 750. We call her baby.
That was this license plate, Todd, I picked up, 1927 plate. So if somebody asks what year it is, there it is, 1927.
Oh, that might clue you in, maybe. Anyhow, the 445 was made in 27. Cleveland started their 4-line production, which is called a Fowler 4. It's just a little thing, a little 3054, totally on the pallet. They made about 100 of them. And in 27, they came out with this 445. They made 400 of these bikes. The total Cleveland production, all the way through 29, is maybe 2,000 units. Nobody knows exactly because when the factory folded, they had some 461s left, which was 28 and 29, that had no serial numbers. So maybe 50, maybe 100. They were assembled by various people who had bought the stuff for scrap. 445 is unique and it takes its own brake assembly here. I had to find the brake drum. I actually found a new old stock, 1 year only, 1 in 400 made brake drum for this bike.
I've never seen another one, Todd.
It's the only one.
With that double brake action. Actually, there's a double brake on it. Here, I'll push it down.
Double brake. It's an inside and outside band. It's very cool. It's very unique. It's very trick. Cleveland 27, 28 had that, but 28 took a bigger brake drum. 29 had this huge brake drum. And it was external band only. It has essentially a car or heavy light truck clutch in the thing with a unboltable transmission. It's the only American 4 where you can actually unbolt the transmission. Everything else you gotta yank the motor out and drop the pan to get to the clutch. And clutches always need work.
Turn it around the light.
Yeah, bring it out and around the light. Let's have a look at this bike. This is something you will probably never ever see another one of actually run. We're gonna fire it up here in a little bit. Here's the light side. Sorry for the dust. It was a little dusty out there. I was trying to get a film while we had Holy, and everybody's like, zing, we're at the meet. But you got the correct horn. We do have a little negative ground action on the horn, so the horn does work, but it drains the battery on it. So, right magneto, a little Bosch mag, a little generator here. Yeah, DU5 generator. Look at all this linkage. These are NOS control linkages. This is correct for Cleveland. You have your correct Corbin Speedo here. Correct Cleveland amp gauge. Little happy light. This here they used on Star automobiles, but the Cleveland is unique. It bends up here, and the whole mounting is different, so it's unique to Cleveland 4. This is a unique little Cleveland only item here.
It's all original.
It's all original. Of course, you have to redo the seat. And it's another cool Cleveland item. Has a gas gauge, an actual gas gauge that worked. A motorcycle gas gauge in the 20s.
Show them a picture of my girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. we got the hot honey here from the, there it is. Let me get this in the shade. You can see it maybe. There we go. You can see how cute she is. But that's a sexy girl back from the 20s. Isn't that neat? So anyhow, we're gonna fire this up. Take it for a little spin. Fire up, Mike. Gotta have special kicking action for you. Its own thing. What's that baby for? That's her name, baby. Oh, baby Cleveland. It's coming back around here in a minute. There he comes. Zoom in and out.
Bingo. Yeah, she runs nice. Kick her down.
Okay. Got it.
You didn't catch nooch, huh?
No, I'm missing neutral.
Give it a shot here. Neutral?
Yeah, shoot neutral.
You got a gas by now, right?
That's the kill button. I just hit it.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow,
How you like it?
this thing's beautiful.
You can ride it whenever you come out to Jersey.
I'm coming, you know that. It's a beautiful bike. The baby Cleveland had a cruising speed comfortably of 40 miles an hour. 45, you're kind of pushing the machine. Speed limits are really low. She's just a baby. She's just a little thing. She's underpowered for even most of the bikes of the era. That's why we call her baby. They came out with a 461, which is 1,000 cc's, Worcester size, 28, 29, they made the Tornado. Production stopped when the compression hit. That was it. It was done. Closed the doors. The Tornado is actually a pretty powerful machine. 28's powerful. Tornado, they kicked it up a notch.
How about when you came out to buy it?
Oh,
That's
man.
a whole story in itself.
Yeah,
He flew out and rented a truck.
yeah.
It
I
wasn't
was-
for sale.
Yeah, I was broke. I sold a panhead. I had credit card money. I put together a little hit of 12, and I flew in. I called the guy, hey man, I'm coming into New York. Mind if I stop in and see you? I've been in contact with him all year, and he already told me he didn't want to sell it because he was looking for the parts. So I come in there to see the bike, and we're talking and hanging out. And he was an older gentleman, probably in his 70s then. I says, I'd really like to buy the machine. How about 10? He says, no. I said, well, would you sell it to me? He says, well, give me 15, she's yours. I says, I need 2 days. I'll be back. I had to borrow a hit from him and another friend of mine, Bob Gayton, had FedExed the money out. We last back in. I loaded it, came back to Mike's. He's on, oh my God, you got it. Oh my God. It's really real. It's a 445. You got to sell it to me if it ever comes up. Well, it came up, and here she is, and he got her done. And if I'd have kept it, it'd still be in pieces. I don't get restorations done, ever. It's a lot of work. This is a labor of love. That's all it is. This is a total labor of love. It's the only way you can finish them like this. And he did it. He did it right. She's a good running bike, and she's correct. I had a bunch of Clevelands at the time. I had a total of 5. I was at that moment in time I was Cleveland King.
Yep. We'll let this
And,
guy get through on the street here.
Yep. We're blocking traffic, boys. Amazing
Move it
motorcycle.
over.
Well, as I mentioned, total production on your Cleveland 4 units were about 2,000 bikes. There's 26 grew 29. They're very, very rare. Very desirable motorcycles. To see one in public is amazing. To see 2 at a time, which we actually had 2 out at the meet, is people do like, am I seeing double? What's wrong with my eyes? Oh my God, tell me, is there really 2 Clevelands there?
Yeah, there was a restorer from Canada, another restorer that had his
the
bike
cameraman
there.
right now, Rick Wolf. He's doing the camera. We got his in the truck, and he's having a little clutch issue, or we'd have her out for you. But he had his 28 out.
That's what we should have done. We should have put both of them out.
Yeah, well.
Next time.
Next time. But there it is. You actually got to see, for real, a 1 of 400, 445 made in 1927. We'll see y'all next time with another cool bike.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Let me find the key that fell out of